So good morning, students. Today we are going to learn a simple C# program, the structure, the pattern, a small sentences, some syntax related rules, and overall assembly of a smaller C# program module. So in red color, you can see a normal simple C# program is written where class is the keyword and the program is the name of C# program. Okay. After that, you have to open the curly bracket. Then there is the keyword static void main. Okay. Static void main. This is the main method of any program function. Remember here, the main ka M is capital here. In the bracket, we are passing the string parameters, string array parameter. What was the use of string array parameter inside the main method or as a parameter? If you want to run a program or if you want to pass the argument to main method, so that we can pass by running the program on command line. So argument also we can pass through command line. So I will show you that example later on how to that string args parameter how to pass. But inside main method we have written one sentence that is called as system.console.writeLine. So as in previous lecture I have told you, system is the main namespace where the all majority of related classes for C# is resides. So inside system namespace there is a class called as console. In that there is a method called as writeLine. So this is the built-in thing. So you can directly call it system. Remember here system ka S is capital, dot console ka C is capital, and then dot writeLine. So writeLine, you know that there are two words, okay, but with that two words as a method name are joined. So the whenever in C#, as previously told, if there are two words you are using to name the method, then first letter will be capital, second word ka letter will be also capital, first letter, and that will be joined. There will be no space between the name. So inside the bracket, we have passed the argument. Obviously, the console.writeLine method is of string type that accepts the string parameter. So directly we can pass the string. There are many overloading methods are also there, but we are going to learn the simple C# program today. The vast programming we will start from tomorrow onwards or next lecture. So in system.console.writeLine, we have passed the argument hello world. Obviously, every statement in C# ends with semicolon and we are just completing the brackets. So one thing here you have to remember, the system.console.writeLine takes the place of your printf in C and cout in C++. In Java, there is also called as, what is that? System.out.println. In Java, system.out they are using. In C# system.console they are using. What is the difference? In Java, few of the method names are in small case letter. In C# it starts with capital letter, all built-in methods. So here again we are discussing about the keywords. Class is used to define the name of class. Okay. As per the naming convention, we should write the class which starting with capital letter. But if you are not, still it is okay. But we should follow the prototypes. Here in above syntax, program is the name of class. This is the user defined name of class. You can write any class name like you want as per requirement of your program, like addition, subtraction, because we are talking about simple programming here. Then there is a keyword inside the class to declare the main method used as static. It is the keyword which means object is not required to access the static member, as main method of any programming language in object oriented concept is the entry point of execution of program. So there should not be any need to create an object to invoke the static method. So that's why main method is always uh, followed before main method static keyword is there. So if we are directly calling and giving an entry point and execution point, it saves the memory. Void is a keyword that is a return type of method. Okay, so main method actually doesn't return anything, reason, or it can also return same thing. But if we are going to give a starting point, so most of the time void method is the main method is of void type. The main keyword is the name of method which tells the C# compiler it is the entry point of any C# program. Okay. Then inside the main method parenthesis is string array args. Okay. It is used for getting the command line arguments in C#. When it is required, if we are going to run the program from command line and we want to pass the parameter to main method. So main method is entry point. Before main method, inside main method, you can call second method. So there is a time for asking for arguments or parameters. But for calling the main method, if you want to pass the parameter, that has to be passed on command line. So that is another thing. When we are writing or executing C# program from command line, we can pass the parameter or argument of string type from the command prompt. The next line in the above syntax is called as system.console.writeLine. Hello world is the parameter we have passed as a string type. Here, as I earlier explained, system is the namespace, built-in system namespace. Console is the class defined in system namespace. Okay. The WriteLine is the method in console class which is used to write the text on console. Okay. We'll go to next part. This is the same thing, just again without explanation. Class program, bracket open, static void main string args. In that we are writing console.writeLine hello world. So this program, if we execute on console, it will print hello world on your command prompt. Remember student, here we are learning the language basic. That's why we are talking about the code that has to be executed with command line. In practicals, as per the university instruction, we need not to write any command line code. Okay, I am just showing you, you should understand so that you can understand the structure and execution pattern of C# program. We are going to execute our program on web page. So for web page, we are no longer need of console.writeLine because console refers to command prompt and we are not using command prompt. For our output, we are using web page. So in web page, in the form of labels, we are going to print whatever we want to print on web page. Still, coming back to the programming construct, this is another program. Just observe, inside the program class, we have declared a string s equal to hello world. If you are going to observe here, string is started with small case letter. Okay. So generally it is a capital letter class in C#. There is a smaller mistake and we are creating a object because this is the static thing. We need not to create an object with new keyword. So here we are treating string as a data type. So we have created a s name variable of type string and we have assigned the value hello world. So obviously in console, if you want to print the same statement, we have written console.writeLine and we have passed s. Okay, this is nothing but the same previous program, just we have first hold the value in variable and at the time of printing the results on command prompt, we are using the name of variable. So this is quite simple, as similarly like previous programming languages, similar in C#. This is another example how we can create a variable like that. Class program, static void main, so structure is same. Here we have created the three variables, integer a, comma b and c, semicolon. That means here we are getting an example. In a single line, we can declare many variables of same data type. Remember here, we have assigned a is equal to 2, b is equal to 3 and c, we are writing like that c is assigned with a plus b. So obviously this is the basic program for you. A plus b, the result supposed to be assigned to variable C. All the variables are of same type, so there is no need of typecasting and any other thing. So we can directly write the program. So here we have written console.writeLine C. Remember one thing, the console.writeLine method, inside the console.writeLine method, if you are directly passing the variable, whether it is of any type, it prints that particular data type value or variable value on the command prompt. If you want to pass some actual value as a value in WriteLine, then we have to pass the value as string. Okay. So this is another example. Same structure, class program, static void main, string args, console.writeLine. Now, one more thing. Now we are going to observe the program which interacts with the user on command prompt. So we want something from user, and that we want to assign to the variable. So first we are asking the user to enter his user ID or some name. So we have written the method so that it's supposed to be displayed to the user. First line, console.writeLine, enter name or user ID. Okay. So here, after that line, we have created the string variable, string s equal to console.readLine. Remember, okay. So this console.readLine will read the input from user. Whatever user will enter, it will wait for user to enter. After user enters, console.readLine will read the input given by user, and that value we are directly assigned to string s variable. So again I am repeating, we have asked user to enter his name or user ID, okay, with the WriteLine method. After that, screen will hold, will wait for user's input. User will put the input. The console.readLine, remember the name of method, read line method. Okay, this method reads the input from command line and assigns that. We have done that coding, that's why it is directly assigning the read, whatever value user has entered on the screen, it will assign to variable s. And obviously we want to show that whether we have read it properly or not, then we are printing that back again, console.writeLine yes. So here with console.writeLine, we are asking user to enter something. Okay. When we are invoking the method console.readLine, it will read the value input by user and assigns to some variable that we have written in the code. And then again, we are printing it back. The same process is followed in next three lines also. Console.writeLine, enter your password. So here again, after printing this yes, again it will ask to enter the password to user. User will type something. We are again reading it with console.readLine and assigning that readline ka value, method ka return ka value to string s1, and again we are printing the s1. So obviously output of the program will be the user ID name, whatever he has given, and the password provided by the user. This is the another program, simplest one. Here again, inside the program block, class program, static void main, string args. Inside that we have created three variables of integer type a, b, c. So here we are accepting values from user. So again, it is not required that every time you are asking that and after that you have to create the variables. Creation of variable can at the start of the coding block after main method or any method. Okay. And then you can use the variable name to assign the values, or you have to create the variable well before we are accepting the input or assigning the value to it. Otherwise, if variable is not created, obviously we are not able to assign the value. So here in another type of program, we have just what we did, we have just declared the variable first, integer a, comma b and c, ended with semicolon. So here declaration part is done, assignment is yet to remaining. So there is no value passed yet to A, B, and C. Then we are asking user with console.writeLine method, enter A. So we are expecting him to enter the value in integer. Here there is no validation. We are just looking at simple program. So we are expecting that he will enter the integer value. So console.writeLine, we are asking him to enter A. Okay. Then if he enters something, if he enters something other than integer, we are expecting user to enter integer. But even if he enters something, then we can do some sort of data type conversion along with the method, because in previous program, what we have observed, we are just reading the input from user with the help of method called as console.readLine. Okay, console.readLine. So here, okay, so here A is equal to what we have written. We are not sure what user will enter, but we want to make sure that whatever values is we are reading from user supposed to be converted into integer. So we are using a method called convert dot to int 32. This method already we have seen in typecasting. This is the method convert to convert dot to int t capital I capital int 32. This is the built-in method for converting into integer. So we are assigning that value to variable as a, and we are getting input from user. That input we are passing as the parameter to method to int 32. This is the method. So whatever user will input from the command prompt, okay, that will be first read by console.readLine method. So if it is integer, still it will convert. If it is not integer, then it will convert actually into int 32, and after that, that value will be assigned to variable a. So what kind of programming is that? This is called as safer programming language, because we are not having any kind of control over user, because this is the console programming. Okay, so everywhere we cannot put a hint कि आपको integer value enter करना है, integer variables ऐसे रहते हैं. So we want to make our program fulfill or without any hassle or without any problem. So we are just preparing our program. So let the user enter anything, we will convert it to integer, and then we will assign it to variable a. So there are two methods we have used in single line. So first method will execute console.readLine. It will accept the input, read the input. If that input is required to convert, it will be converted into integer because of the method convert dot to int method, and then that value will be assigned to variable a. Okay, the similar process. Then we have asked user to enter the value b. Okay, in the same way, once user will enter the value b, the v ka value will read by first console.readLine method, and if needs, then it will be converted into int 32, and after that the value will be assigned to integer variable b. Then obviously we have done the normal addition, c is equal to a plus b, and then we are demonstrating the user the final calculation with console.writeLine c. Remember here, students, both the methods we have learned here, convert dot to int 32. This is the built-in method. Okay, to int, to char. We have seen that method in previous lecture. We are making use of them. So obviously this is the part of practice, but still you have to remember whatever input we are reading, what we are doing, we are doing some dynamic programming here. We are not waiting to read the answer and then check it whether it is integer or not, and if it is not, so don't make any exceptions or do not give any scope to raise an exception or error. We are just being safer side. We are just asking to read the read line input and convert that into integer 32, because our program is having three variables a, b, and c. Okay, so this is the just normal programming concept. Okay, we will start with strings, short while. Okay, okay, students. So we are going to start today learning in strings in C# and math class. So obviously math class will be in next class, but today we are going to learn string as a built-in class or data type provided, object data type provided in C sharp, which is a reference type. So in C sharp, string is a series of character that is used to represent the text. Okay, it can be a single character, obviously, if it is word or a word or a long passage surrounded with double quotes. So, whatever inside this double quote we are writing, that will be considered as a string data type. Obviously, there is a limit that we will talk later on. So, in simple definition, what is a string? String is a sequence of Unicode characters or of array of any characters that are grouped together to form some information. The string is an object for C sharp. String is an object of system.string class. Okay, that represent the sequence of character, and it is as it holds the string data type or holds the character as a data, that is also referred as a reference data type in .NET CLS structure. So in C sharp, we can perform many operations on string such as concatenation, joining of string, comparison. Okay. So what is the string? So as you know that C sharp is a case sensitive language. So capital A and small case a might be different. So that's why comparison. You can extract the substring from the string. Okay. You can search the letter in the string. If there is a large string, then you want to find out a single word or single character, you can search. We can trim the string, we can remove few words from the string. Okay, and we can replace the string. If we have something we want to replace a with b in the string, that we can repair. One more thing you have to remember, that C sharp provides you enough number of built-in functions, so you need not to write any kind of logic here to get this work done. Concatenation, comparison, substring, search, trim, replacement. What you have to provide, you just need to remember the name of method, and that also not required many times, because whenever you start writing the method, .NET ka Visual Studio IDE with the IntelliSense property automatically suggest you the name of method and the parameters required in the method. If you are holding an arrow key on that particular method name, it will give you explanation what the parameters also supposed to be there, किस type का होगा, किस तरीके से आएगा. So string is represented by class system.string. The string keyword, it is used as an alias for system.string class. So in previous example, we have written the write line method or this one, the read line method. So for that, you can write system.console.writeLine, or you can directly start with console.writeLine, or what if you are writing using system in your namespace, then you need not to write this all thing. But string, as it is an alias keyword already built in the system, directly we can write. So we need not to write using system dot string class and then create an object of that. So directly string you can use to create the string type of variable, which is reference type. So that is why string and string class are equivalent. If you remember the previous example, there was a string is written in small case letter. S was small, and here the class name is capital. So as it is used as an alias name built in previously in the C sharp, you can write string with capital S also and string with small case also. It is referred as equivalent. So string literals, okay, how we are creating a variables with string. So here is the example, string s1 is equal to hello. So this is just a syntax how we are going to create a string using string keyword. Okay, remember again this instruction, small case string with s and small case string with s is equivalent. So here we are created string s1 equal to hello, then string s2 is equal to welcome. Okay, so here two example you can see, एक में s small है, एक में s capital है, दोनों equivalent है. String str without initializing. Okay, so we have created just a variable, but we have not assigned some value, unlike this s1. Okay, that also we can do. Then there is another data type, you know, that character, and we can form a string using character array. So here character array, that is I actually, not one, S comma T comma C. This is the string form character array. Okay. Now we can use that character array into string I. That is L actually. String A is equal to new string L. But this is going to be quite difficult, so we are going to stick to our simple syntax. This is another type of declaration of string. String str2 is equal to null. So we do not want to initialize also, and we are not no, or sometime we need to require to free up the memory. So we are assigning the string 2 as a null. String 3, okay, that is also we can assign system.string.empty. That will tell the memory this string doesn't hold any value yet. बाद में आप उसको वैल्यू असाइन कर सकते हो. स्ट्रिंग str3 आप दो डबल कोट देके छोड़ सकते हो. दैट इज आल्सो कंसिडर्ड एज एन एम्प्टी स्ट्रिंग. जरूरत नहीं गिरता है, बट जस्ट दिस इज द थिंग दैट स्ट्रिंग कैन डू. देयर इज, we are creating a string with namespace name system dot string. The name of variable is greeting. Okay, greeting is our variable name, equals to hello world. So we can also use system dot string if we prefer. आपको लेंदी लाइन लिखना है प्रोग्रामिंग का, दिस इज ऑल्सो वैलिड बिकॉज द स्ट्रिंग क्लास इज डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम सिस्टम नेमस्पेस. Then there is alternative given to compatibility with other programming language. We can use keyword var. Okay, the temp is our variable number var, and in that we have written hello C#. That is in local variable within method body. We cannot declare it at class level var, but we can use it as in method level. But my instruction to my students will be always going to be the thing, you have to use proper data type name to avoid the confusion, because var doesn't tells you which kind of data it will take as an assignment. So here constant string, you can also create a string constant just putting the keyword in here. So what are the constant keyword that we are not willing to change frequently? So that is there. So string constructor. A string constructor call is normally not needed, but C# language provides many string constructor. These create the strings for characters and arrays. Okay. Okay. So this is just an example, our programming block using system public class demo. That is the name of our class. Now remember student, this is the new thing I am showing here. First line of our program, we have started with using system. So whenever we want to use and namespace, whether it is user defined or built-in system namespace in our program, we have to use keyword called as using. After using, we are giving a space and calling as a system. So whenever we are using system, that means we need not to write using system, system.console.writeLine. We have written that one previous program. So here we can directly start with console.writeLine. I'm again repeating, as we have written the or used the system namespace with using keyword at the top of our program, we need not to repeat system keyword in front of our other class and method names. So here we can directly write console.writeLine. What is the previous statement? System.console.writeLine. As we are using system already here as a namespace we have invoked, so directly we can start with console.writeLine. Rest of the things are same. Public class demo, public static void main string argument. Okay. Here we have declared a one string called as hello s1. Then we have created the character array with some C#, some single character, and then string 2 ko we have assigned that character array. String s2 is equal to new string. So what is the difference? We can use string class as a normal data type. String s1 is equal to hello. Okay, directly without anything. But as we previously know, string is also a class. So in C#, whenever we are creating a object of a class, then we have to use the new keyword. So only string is the class in C# because that is already defined as the equivalent of a class. Okay, so that's why we can use string s1, string s2 with new keyword also, or directly we can use it as data type also. So here we have passed the characters to this character array to new string. This is the new keyword for used to create an object of string class. So we are rarely going to use this yellow syntax, but just this has to be known to you. So that's why we have kept this one. So again, we are printing that one console.writeLine. Remember here we have not used system keyword. Third time I'm explaining why, because we are using that namespace in our program. So console.writeLine S1, console.writeLine S2. So it will print the hello and this will print the S2. Output will be hello and C sharp. Okay. So let us start with string function. One important thing here to note that .NET provides several string inbuilt functions that we can apply on the string and find out the desired result. So first method, string class, provides the method name is compare to, and in bracket string parameter. That means we can compare one string to another string for checking its equality. Okay. It is used to compare the instance of a particular string with specified object. It indicates whether the instance precedes, follows, or appears in the same position with same capital or small case order or sort order in specified string. If returns -1, obviously, what is that? True, false, or no results. Using system, again the program I am showing, public class demo. Okay, so mark. So we have created three strings, S1, S2, and S3. In one we have written hello. In second we have written hello because we have to check the comparison. And in string S3 we have written C sharp. Now in next line we have written comparison. So console.writeLine, inside console.writeLine we are calling another method S1 dot compare to S2. So this is our S1, this is our S2. As per result, it's supposed to be matching because the words are same. In second line, we have written console.writeLine S2 dot compare to S3. So S2 is hello. Okay, that will be compared to S3. You remember here S2 string is there. We are comparing to S3. Okay, then string S3 will be compared to here in last line. String S3 will be compared to S2. Again, that is the reverse. So we can find out the result. Now you have to observe the result. What is -1, what is 1 and 0. So first line, when the two strings are equal, S1 and S2, it gives you 0. So 0 means your strings are matching. Then whenever you are comparing S2, okay, to S3, it gives you 1. So that means string is not compared, but the second string is larger. Okay. And S3, when we are comparing to S2, it gives you -1 because C sharp string is somewhat longer than previous one. Okay. Concatenation function. Okay. So in concatenation, obviously, we are joining the string. So we require two parameters, string and string. The previous methods also we refer to have a two parameter, but there the structure is different. So previous method we have the previous string we have compared with the method. Here inside the method we have to provide two string. It is used to concatenate two specified instance of string. This is the example. Okay, again using system class demo, I am not going to repeat it. The first variable is hello and second string variable is C sharp. Then we are writing a method. Remember how we are writing. Listen students, here we are writing the method inside the console to just avoid the next line of code. Okay, to save the space also and unnecessarily declaration of variable. So in console.writeLine method, we are calling the method string.concat. The string is the class name and concatenation is a static method. With the class name we can call. String is the class name. Okay, and concat is the method provided by string class, and that is the static method. That's why we need not to call the method with the name of object. We can, you know that whatever the static methods are, that can be called with the name of class. Class dot concat. In that we have provided two methods, two strings, s1 comma s2. So s1 and s2 will be concatenated. This will be result. Output will be hello C sharp. contains. This is a method, the name itself is, you want to check whether particular letter or word is there inside that particular string or not. Let us say my name is Tushar, Tushar. I want to check whether H is there or not. As you know that कि अभी हमने बोल दिया तो आपको पता है H है. लेकिन some name you want, you have told user that you have to use one capital letter. Okay, or you have to use hash in your password. Then you can ask the user enter his password, and then we can check whether he has entered that hash or not with the help of method called as contains. Contains checks the specific thing is there present in the given string or not. It is used to return a value indicating whether specified substring occur within the string, or it returns the boolean value true or false. अगर है तो true, नहीं है तो false. This is the example. Okay, so what are the strings? Hello, he, and hi. These three strings are there, and we have written, okay, s1 dot contains s2. So our s1 method is hello. Okay, we will check s1 method में s2 का string है या नहीं. s2 में क्या है? he. So let us check. h capital s1 में है. e small case इसमें है. So this will return, this supposed to return true. Second method देखो, console.writeLine में लिखा है s1 dot contains s3. So s1 is hello, और hello में ये है क्या? h और I है क्या? So let us check. h तो है लेकिन I नहीं है. So that means complete string is particular hello में नहीं है. So it's supposed to return a false value. So the value of first one will be true, value of second will be false. Okay. So contains is an important function while we are doing a dynamic programming. We want to check something has used and written, and we want to check whether that particular keyword or keystroke or particular letter is there or not. We can tell him it is required like that. Okay. Copy. This is simple thing. We can get the copy of particular string and create a new string. It is used to create a new instance of string with the same value as specified in the string. So this is the program. Program structure is already there. String s1 equal to hello, and string s2 we want string dot copy. Again string dot copy because string is class name, copy is static method. So that's why we are calling it with string name string dot copy. It is the string function only, but few are the static method or few are normal method. String dot copy s1. So what this function will do? S1 will be assigned to S2. This we can directly do because if the values are same, okay, we can write S2 is equal to S1 as both the data type are reference type. It can be without any problem. But sometimes it will happen that S2 holds the little bit value and S1 holds the larger value. So that may create a problem. That's why safer side we are using string dot copy. So S1 ka value will be copied into S2. Then we are printing S1 and S2. Obviously, both supposed to print same value, hello and hello. So this is the simple method, simple built-in method. Ends with. Okay, this particular method is used to check that the end of the string instance matches the specified string. आपको check करना है कि उस particular string के end में ये word या keyword है या नहीं. Obviously, the method is of Boolean type. It will return Boolean true or false if the things appears properly or not. This is the program structure. Okay. So we have created here three strings: hello, LLO, and C#. So the first method you can see here, S1 dot ends with S2. S2 में क्या है? LLO. तो S1 में last word LLO है क्या? LLO, yes, it is there. So this particular first one, S1 dot ends with S2 will return true. Let us check with the last line. S1 ends with S3. S3 में last में क्या है? C sharp. Last में कहीं पे दो word C sharp है क्या? नहीं है. So it will return you false. True and false. Why this particular method is given? And in example, we are taking simple example, but dynamic programming में whenever you want to check कि यूजर ने जो कुछ एंटर किया उसमें अगर आपने मैंडेटरी रखा कि लास्ट का 2 वर्ड ये होना चाहिए, वो उसने किया या नहीं किया, वो आप लोग चेक कर सकते हो। इक्वल्स, यू नो दैट इक्वल्स क्या करेगा, दो स्ट्रिंग का इक्वालिटी चेक करेगा। इट इज यूज्ड टू डिटरमाइन दैट टू स्पेसिफाइड स्ट्रिंग ऑब्जेक्ट इज द हैविंग द सेम वैल्यू। ऑब्वियसली रहेगा तो ट्रू करेगा, अदरवाइज फॉल्स लिखेगा। दिस इज द प्रोग्राम, 2 पैरामीटर। इसमें देखो S1 और S2 दोनों सेम है, हेलो हेलो, और S3 बाय रखा है। सो ऑब्वियसली S1 डॉट इक्वल्स टू S2, S1 स्ट्रिंग डॉट इक्वल्स टू S2, तो चेक करेगा दोनों सेम है, ऑब्वियसली ट्रू लिखेगा। S1 डॉट इक्वल्स टू S3 करेंगे तो दोनों फॉल्स लिखेगा। So obviously first will be return true and second will return a false. So we are stopping here for the day because आगे आगे आने वाला जो मेथड्स है वो काफी इम्पोर्टेंट है। सो हम लोग यहाँ पे आज स्टॉप कर रहे हैं, और इसके रिगार्डिंग जो भी क्वेश्चंस है मैं आप लोगों को पूछता हूँ, वो क्वेश्चंस आर मोस्ट वेलकम।